Hey Outlaws, you guys liked our last sword video so much, historical sword video, that I decided to cover it again. Why? Because we just recently discovered by a bunch of scientists, archaeologists mind you, there was a 3,000-year-old bronze sword. So well preserved, and as you can see right here before your very own eyes, it still practically shines. You can see just a little bit of green right there and still like a green shyness. You can even see like the details of the actual like handle right there. Let me zoom in for you. And there you go. It's detailed, carved. Not like up to today's standards, but still pretty damn good for back then. That's for 3,000 years ago. And you can even see a little arrowhead right there. Entire bronze sword, and of course the owner's bones nearby. Now this was discovered. Let me go ahead and head back for y'all. Okay, so this was discovered just recently in the southern Bavarian town of Nordlingen last week. So about 3 weeks ago. It was nestled near the grave's occupants. 3 people. There was a man, a woman, and a child. You can see the remains right there. Obviously, that's the sword. You got a bunch of arrowheads. I'm assuming they're bronze. And looks like a spear tip, possibly. Maybe an axe head right there. I'm assuming this is the man's skeleton, and then this could be the woman's skeleton next to him, and then somewhere in there, maybe between, well, yeah, probably next to the woman is the child. But it says, archaeologists said that swords like this one and this good of condition is rare. I'm like, 3,000 years old, and it still looks like that. And just in case you're kind of curious what it looked like probably the day after it was made, boom, you've got a pretty close replica right here. If you want to go to the website, it's wolflandbronzeagesword.com. Let me go ahead and click on that. Maybe they want to copy strike the living hell out of me, but we'll see. But there it is, and it's actually very similar into design as well. It's got that little like crescent shape hook where the grip and the pommel all meet the blade. Really no like cross guard, but I mean it's bronze. What do you want? Let me see if I can find you guys a better picture too. Yeah, see, and the same exact type of pommel at the very end. That way it doesn't like just slide right off. And the guy's got a nice silver twisted arm ring. That's pretty beautiful too. Anyways, let's stay focused on the sword. And it's pretty intricate, nice piece of work too. Let's go back. So this was discovered. Now, bronze swords, according to this article, were first emerged around 1600 BCE and were used until roughly 600 CE. As Smithsonian's magazine's Alex Fox wrote in 2020. Researchers say that the Bavarian artifact dates to the end of the 14th century BCE. So it really, really, really long time ago. 3,000 years, that's freaking nuts. Now, archaeologists say that sword like this one also quite rare, particularly because many Middle-Age, Bronze-Age graves were looted over millennia. If you pay any attention to, obviously, you know, pagan burial mounds, pagan religions, beliefs, their burial mounds, their sites, even some of the shipwrecks as well, are the ship burial sites. A lot of them get broken into, not so much by looters, but also by family members seeking gifts or seeking help, obviously financial or physical, from their deceased ancestors. So sometimes grave robbers are really just more like ancestors or close relatives after the fact. Well, people that, you know, came from them after the fact, breaking into those burial mounds in order to collect the items that were put in there. So it's very rare for them to be actually found still buried with these weapons and in such great condition too. I mean, whew. Okay, so archaeologists have previously unearthed Bronze Age swords in burial plots in Europe, including an ornate bronze sword with an ivory and gold hilt found during excavations in Greece in 2015. I'm not aware of that. Now, you're probably like, okay, David, where is Bavaria? What's going on here? So Bavaria, obviously in or near around Germany, and you can see in the map right about here. And then the history of Bavaria, I pulled up for you guys too from Encyclopedia Britannica, is the earliest known inhabitants in the area of present-day Bavaria were the Celts. Okay, so most likely they're the ones that created it. However, the Romans conquered the region around the beginning of the Common Era, you know, because they went from, you know, 40 BCE, before Common Era, or before Christ, whichever you want to put, and then obviously to CE, Common Era, or after Christ, AD. They divided the southern part into Raetia and Noricum and built fortifications along the northern boundary to keep out the Teutons. Flourishing Roman colonies arose in the south at Augsburg, Kempten, Regensburg, and Passau. The Romans were overcome in the 5th century by repeated Germanic attacks. Basically, they came in, they pushed out the Celts disappeared, and came the Germans after a few centuries. Boom. History just keeps repeating itself as people continue to conquer each other. Good times. Anyways, so settled by Germanic tribes to the north and east who mixed with remaining Celts and Romans. Your modern-day Germans. The tribe that gave the territory its names was the Bavarians, which settled in the south between 488 and 520 CE. So, obviously, the person who owned the sword was a Celt. An actual Celt, not just a Bavarian, possibly not a German, and definitely not a Roman. So this is what we found is a Celtic burial, which is quite interesting. Okay, hope you guys found this pretty interesting. I try to keep the history part of it light and quick and fast. Let me know if you'd like to see some more, and we'll see you next time.